A little bit dressed up today. Look at that, eh? Pretty snazzy. Yeah, I know. You're going to make comments down below. It's not that snazzy. But I had a few client meetings. They still have the old sports jacket on. A couple of incidents this week that, this is going to be a little bit rough. If you happen to be a business owner or an executive, a little bit of tough love here. I was called into a spot. They're building out a new office, and the people from the internet company, were looking to set up their gear, and the construction folks were there. They're like, "Well, there's only so much room," and they made a point of, "Hey, well, this is information technology. This is the stuff that's going to run their business. Shouldn't we have space to be able to operate?" I think he was right. It just does show that to most business owners, I get it. You see IT as a tool, and maybe not as the driving force of your business that you should be seeing it as. What happens if the technology is not working in your business? Can you operate? I don't have the answer to that. I don't know what your situation is. I do know there was a study done by Price Cooper Waterhouse for the European Union that showed that 96.4% of all businesses have now digitalized some form of their business know-how, their operations, their workflow. It's all tied up in the technology, but so many business owners don't want to invest in protecting it and taking care of it. They've got that won't happen to me mentality. They stick the head in the sand like an ostrich, and it's not going to happen to me. And folks, let's think about this for a second. Okay? So if we as business owners are leveraging technology to make our businesses better, I already talked about the Price Cooper Waterhouse, or Price Water Cooper, those guys that put out the report. It wasn't me. They did the study and did the whole thing. If most businesses have done that, and you'd be hard-pressed to think of a business that doesn't use technology in some form. I get it. Maybe you take lawns and you only do your Sage or your QuickBooks on your computer, and it's not a big deal. I get it. All right, this isn't really meant for you. But if you're a company and you're doing $1 million or more in business, and you think that protecting your technology isn't worth it, or it won't happen to me, you are exactly the type of people the bad guys are going after. Why? Because you're not investing anything, so they know you're easy to hit, and they know you're going to pay, right? So I've had some people say, well, why would bad guys be interested in me? They're not. It's really not about you. It's about your data. You say, yeah, but bad guys don't care about my data. No, you're probably right. They probably don't. But they do know that you care about your data. They do know that you'd be willing to spend money. And if you go back to that whole technology as an advancement thing, think of the criminals, all right? So they used to, have a rock or a knife or a gun and jump out and say, stick them up. Pretty easy business to get into, not a lot of overhead, but you couldn't scale it. So they started using technology too, as we legitimate businesses started using technology. Guess what? The bad guys figured out that's where the money is. What is money nowadays? You go into the bank, you say, hey, I want to take out $200. What are they doing? They're typing that into the ledger in their computer system, and then they're converting those bits and bytes in the computer, and they're giving you physical money. But the real money, per se, is being recorded in the computer. Our know-how is being digitalized and put into the computer. Our sales list is in the computer. Our workflows and software that runs our businesses, whether you're an accountant or a law firm or a manufacturer, it's in the computer. So why wouldn't the bad guys be going after your computer? Why do business owners and executives continue to think, I don't need to invest in technology. It's just a tool. Yeah, it's a tool to run your business. And I get it. You might think, hey, you're just saying that because you're looking to sell stuff. No. Truth of the matter is, guys like me that are trying to educate you on this, and gals, I should say that, guys and gals, we're doing it because we see the results of people that don't. I've had to sit across the table from a business person and say, hey, the 20 years, 25 years you've poured your blood, sweat, and tears into this business, well, you're screwed. All right? You weren't running backups. The stuff is all ransomed. You say you want to pay the ransom, but the site is down. We can't get your data back. It's encrypted. It may be, but it's going to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to send it away to a security analyst to try to break those codes. It's going to be... It's not fun sitting on the other side of that table having to give that kind of news. It's not fun when I'm called into because the house is on fire and the server is crashed. You say, okay, well, where's the backup? Well, we did this backup to this external hard drive. Okay, great. They've got the files and folders. They think they're protected. But nobody explained to them that server's down. Now we've got to reinstall the server operating system. We've got to reinstall your software. We've got to set up the settings. Now we can bring your files and folders back. Sorry that it took 5 days, 6 days. Oh, you're $1 million company? So it's costing you $8 a minute in lost revenues? Yeah, that sucks. I get it. But once the horse is out of the barn, sometimes it gets painful to have to put it back in. All right, this is a little bit of a rant. Bit of a rough week talking with some folks. And again, I get it. I'm a business owner. I hate spending money like every other business owner. But if it's driving your company and it's helping generate those revenues, don't you think you should be a little bit worried about protecting it?